Matt with MotorFeed here, and I'm standing in front of my 2013 Jeep Wrangler to answer the question, can you fit 33-inch tires on a stock Jeep Wrangler? And the answer is yes, but with a few buts in there. And I'm gonna suggest a couple of things to make it more livable throughout the day, because there are moments where you might rub, it comes close, etc. So let's get going. Before we get into this video real quick, just make sure you subscribe to MotorFeed by hitting the button below, hit the notification bell, and we also hit that like button on this video if you like it.
A few moments later.
I actually just found this random field that they just kind of tore down an old building, and there's dirt everywhere. And so it actually works out perfect. So I want to show you how it rides in the street, but at the same time, let's be realistic here. We're all going to be taking our Wranglers off-road, even just the slightest bit. We want to make sure that it's not rubbing or anything, and that there's just enough clearance to have a little bit of fun and play without damaging anything. Now, when I did a U-turn, I did have a little bit of rubbing because it had a sharp dip and a curve into like a driveway, and I did hear some sort of rubbing sound from the front. Might have been the fender liner or something, but I'll check that out and we'll see what that is. But as you can see here, there's quite a bit of clearance, so I'm kind of in a couple of uneven spots here, but as you can see, quite a bit of clearance here on the front. We'll kind of overlook the rest here. You can see it's not really touching anything right now, and it looks pretty good. The back as well is pretty solid. Obviously that's not going to turn and move, so you really have no issues with the back at all. It's the front that's the main concern. It looks pretty good. And so what I'll also do is, I haven't seen anyone in any other videos, nobody really talks about exactly the whole setup. They say, okay, we got 33s, but what else? Because what's more important is you want to have the proper backspacing, which is the spacing that pulls the inside of the wheel kind of away from the calipers and the brakes and everything. So you want to make sure that's right when you get a wheel. I don't recommend putting bigger tires on your stock wheels, because you might end up getting some rubbing on the inside a little bit. And a bee is attacking me. Okay, that's my scary bee face. So what I'm going to do in the next clip is I'm going to turn the wheel to the right and show you what it looks like, and I'll turn it to the left and we'll go each side so we can see what clearance is just sitting still. These are the 17-inch wheels that I chose. They're from 1552, and let's see. Let me get you a little zoom in action on that there. You can see they're actually 17 by 8.5, which means they're a little bit wider than factory, and it makes it a lot easier to run a wider wheel without getting excessive roll in the tire. And if we turn it around to the back, as you can see here, the back spacing is 4.75, and that gives it enough clearance on the 17-inch wheel to clear the calipers, and the offset, which is how far the center is from the wheel edge, is 0. So that gives it just a little bit of poke outside of the fenders without being too much. The wheel is turned at full lock all the way to the right, and we're just going to kind of look under there and see what clearance is while I'm sitting here. I'm a little bit of a bump, so that helps. I'm going to shut my door a little bit so this bee is very curious, I think, because the Jeep might look like a flower. So as you can see, quite a bit of clearance here. This is the main concern right there, and as you can see, it comes close, but no rubbing. I do think that might have been what I rubbed when I did the U-turn, because it looks like it grazed it a tiny bit. But other than that, you know, overall it clears. So let's go to the right side and see what we're looking at. Everything on the back is fine. Inside is fine. It's not touching any fender liner. This is the piece that I was talking about on the that you see on the left side that comes close to you. But everything's clear. No rubbing in the back. We're good. Okay, so there's a little bit of a dip in front of me, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the camera kind of low, and just as we go across, we'll see kind of the flex and whatnot and what it does. So let's do that real quick. I'm gonna go slow. Obviously, if you went fast, it might bottom out, but we'll just see how it crawls across it. Okay, what I'm gonna do now is just like a little circle, and we'll just see how it looks. I didn't hear a single rub, so we're good. Okay, I came to the garage real quick because I think it's important to see the size difference between the stock rims on a Wrangler Unlimited Sahara and the 33-inch BF Goodrich all-terrain TA KO2s. So what I'm gonna do right now, here is the stock wheel on the Wrangler. They come factory with, let's see here, 255/70, and they're on an 18-inch wheel. And I believe the width of the wheel is 7 inches or 7.5. I'll look it up. Don't quote me on that yet. So let's line this up and see what that looks like. Okay, so I've got them lined up side by side, and you can see that they'll be just slightly taller. Not crazy, but just ever so slight. So this is lined up here, and you can see it kind of, the tread of the other just kind of peeks over. Not the best angle because of the light, but you get the idea. So let me try to get a couple of angles here. It's sitting flush now. Here we go. There's a good one. You can see it's maybe like a quarter of an inch taller. So maybe half an inch at the center. I think that's as good as I can get with this light. We'll just get a couple of angles here. That's a better one. So that's it. It's slightly taller. And just note that the weight of the vehicle is on the other tire.